Welcome back everyone, thanks for checking out another video. Len brought his super cool 1989 Honda Prelude in for tuning, and I thought I would share it with you guys. This thing is rad. It is super mint and clean and whatnot. It looks like a really cool classic Honda, but he's done basically a resto mod on it. And let me show you what he's done to it. So he's done basically a custom K20 swap into this Prelude. He, in a second, I'll go through all the details of how he did it, but this is a 0506 RSX Type S engine, so the K20 Z1. He's used an 8th gen Civic Si 6-speed LSD transmission, and then basically gone full bolt-on. So he brought it in for tuning today. Actually, today is the second time it's been tuned. There was a few issues the first time. We reviewed how much power it made, and I made some suggestions, and he made a couple changes and brought it back today for tuning, and it's made significantly more power. So like I said, K20 swap, K20 Z1 out of an 0506 RSX Type S, 8th gen Civic Si LSD transmission, and let's go through all the mods first. So this is basically full bolt-on. We'll start at the intake. Custom 3.5 inch intake into a Skunk 270 or 72 millimeter throttle body, I'm not sure. Cut and ported RBC Intake Manifold, RDX Injectors, hybrid racing fuel system, Walbro fuel pump in the tank. The engine is completely internally stock. For the exhaust, he went with a Skunk 2 Alpha header and then a custom 3-inch exhaust. And the header is the big change for today. Last time he had a PLM header, I believe it was, but it was the ram horn style header, and in all honesty, those headers look kind of cool, but they never perform as good as a Skunk 2 Alpha header, and I'll show you the big differences at the end after the dyno pulls and everything. Also, I should talk about how he got the engine in here, because there are no engine mounts to bolt a K-series into one of these chassis. So Len started off with a set of Honda Civic engine mounts. I believe they're EG hatchback ones. So Hasport EG K-swap engine mount kit with a whole bunch of modifications. So he had to basically make the bracketry that was welded to the chassis to basically locate the engine as it would be in, say, like a Civic or whatnot. So he was able to just modify everything ever so slightly to get this engine in place. And one of the really interesting facts is that it uses stock RSX Type S drive shafts. They slipped into the hubs and the transmission, and they're the right lengths and everything, so no binding. So anyways, yeah, super cool. This car is like a weekend fun car that he can drive to the track, do some lapping, drive it home. So he's done a bunch of suspension mods. It has K-Sport coilovers. He's got 17 by 7.5 NT03 wheels with Toyo RAAA tires, 217, 45, 17 all around. And the car looks fantastic. Classic Honda, 1989, interior wise, I should say. Bucket seat, steering wheel, RSX shifter box, RSX Type S shifter box, and some gauges, and that's about it. Pretty simple setup. Looks great, performed really well. Why don't I cut to the shots of, oh, actually, before I do that, to make this all fit, if you'll notice the engine sticks out a little bit, he did have to modify the hood, and he was able to find another hood that had a cool profile that he was able to cut out the middle section of, and then attach it to his original stock hood with some cutouts in the middle to give the clearance. And so it's like kind of dual purpose. It still acts as a good hood but has basically a vent in it to let all the heat out. So looks really good, very functional. Oh, and I tuned it using Hondata Kpro V4 today, and we are tuning it on pump gas, our 94 octane pump gas. So anyways, that's it for the car. I think I covered everything. If I missed anything, put it in the comments. We'll try to address that. I will also link Len's Instagram so you can check out the build and pictures of the car and stuff like that. So let's cut to the shots of dyno pulls and then the final results. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed those dyno pulls, but on to what you're probably most interested in is the power. And so last time the car was here, like I said, it had basically all the same mods except for the header. It had a ram horn style header, which, like I said, never performs well. Don't buy those, they're not good. This time around, he went with the Skunk 2 Alpha header, which fits great, always performs well, looks great, and it fit actually much better in the car than the old header did. So with the old header, last time the car was here at the dyno, it only made basically like 205, 204.9, 147 foot-pounds torque. Respectable numbers, let's say, but not what we were looking for. So this time around with the new header, I will bring up the graph and show you what it made. All right, so up in blue is today's results. And today, just changing out the header and adjusting the tune for the new header, we ended up making basically 221, 220.8 and 158 foot-pounds torque. So like over 10 foot-pounds torque and like 15 horsepower. Basically more power everywhere, except for right where VTEC engaged. The old header allowed VTEC to hit really hard because I guess, I don't know, it was losing so much power down here and whatnot. But so much smoother VTEC engagement, a little bit earlier actually this time around. Not as like a harsh VTEC engagement, but more power basically everywhere. I know Len was already really happy with the car, but I think he's gonna be even more happy with this newfound power. And it was fun to tune it, super cool car to work on. So anyways, that's about it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Like always, if you like the content, do me a favor, hit like. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, and I will continue to keep making these videos for you guys. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.